Good morning. Happy wake and bake. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're in a whole new place because I have to wait for Christmas presents to show up. So we are in my living room again. So we're here with my retro couch, waiting on, who are we waiting on? Christmas presents. Most of them should be here today. Well, all the freaks' presents will be here today. My present isn't coming until I don't know, 5 days from now, right before Christmas. I can't know what it is, so Dustin has to be here for it. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully I can sneak a peek at what it is because I hate surprises. Christmas is my worst, is my least favorite holiday. Like, for real, least favorite. So, we're doing Psalm 39 and possibly 40. But here's the deal. I have my Bible, right? But there is no room. Oh, yeah, I took the fancy shit off of it because it wasn't working so well. I gotta figure out something else to do with it. But we're gonna be reading it off the computer because there is no fucking room on this tiny ass table. So we're gonna be reading it from the computer, along with Judith 9 and possibly 10. So give me 1 second. Like and subscribe. You should like and subscribe because, I do this every day. Twice a day sometimes. Yesterday I missed it. So I will be back here after these Psalms and Proverbs to read the rest of Isaiah. So tonight we can start a new book. How exciting is that? Anyways, give me 1 second. I will be right back. Okay. Hold on, where are we at? We are at Psalm 139. And it says, Lord. This is for the choir director, a Psalm of David. And it says, Lord, you have probed me. You know me. Now when I sit and stand, you know when I sit and stand. You understand my thoughts from afar. You sift through my travels and my rest. With all my ways you are familiar, even before the word is on my tongue. Lord, you know it all. You're a know-it-all, big guy. Behind and before you encircle me. I don't know what that means. And you rest your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. Blue. Far too lofty for me to reach. In the Bible it says too high for me to attain, and it's like you'd be blowing. Where can I go from your spirit? From your presence, where can I flee? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I lay down in hell, there you are. If I take the wings of dawn and dwell beyond the sea, even there your hand guides me. Your right hand holds me fast. If I say, surely darkness will hide me, and night shall be my light. Darkness is not dark for you, and night shines as the day. Darkness and light are but one. You have formed my inmost being. You knit me in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. Yeah, because I'm great. My very self you know. My bones are not hidden from you. This says something about you see me without form, or the form that will be me. What does it say? Because it says something really, it's so amusing to me what it says. Okay. Damn it. Oh yeah, my unformed substance. It's like, you see my goo. I'm sorry, but it's like, you see my goop. The goop that is me. Hold on. When I was being made in secret, fashioned in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw me unformed. You saw the goop that was me. In your book, it is all written down. Okay, here we go with this part. Okay. My days were shaped before one come to be. Hey, you guys, we're gonna be nice cats. No. Hold on. My days were shaped before one came to be. How precious to me are your designs, O God! How vast the sum of them! Were I to count them, they would not outnumber the sand. Who are they? Hold on. Oh, okay, your designs. Okay, that's who they is. When I complete them, still you are with me. Hey, what are we doing? When you would destroy the wicked, O God, the bloodthirsty depart from me. Your foes who conspire a plot against you. For your foes who conspire a plot against you are exalted. Okay, so the foes are exalted in vain because they conspire against God. Okay. What does IV mean? Okay. I don't know what IV means. Do I not hate, Lord, those who hate you? Those who rise up against you, do I not loathe? With fear, hatred, I hate them. Enemies I count as my own. Probe me, God, know my heart. Try me, know my thoughts. See if there is wicked path in me. Lead me along an ancient path. there is wicked in me. And there's wicked in David, too. I don't know why he pretends that there's not. It's like David is wicked as fuck. I guess not really wicked, but David's got some plans. He does some fucked up shit. Okay. This one says, this is Psalm 140. And it says, for the choir director, a psalm of David. Deliver me, O Lord, from the wicked. Preserve me from the violent, from those who plan evil in their hearts, who stir up conflicts every day, who sharpen their tongue like a serpent. Venom asp upon their lips. This is about Democrats. This is about Democrats. Keep me, Lord, from the clutches of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent, who plot to trip me up. The arrogant have set a trap for me. They have spread out ropes for a net. It laid snares for me by the wayside. Hey, this is what the Democrats are doing to Trump right now. This is what the Democrats are doing to Trump. I pray somebody that knows somebody watches this. You gotta tell Trump to pray. Tell him to pray. All this shit will go away if he prays. Pray to God. Ask the big guy. Be like, hey, big guy, can you help me out? Yeah. Because he does. He will help you out. He will. He does me. Tell Trump to pray to the big guy. And if he says, I am praying, tell him, no the fuck you're not. Pray. I say to the Lord, you are my God. Listen, Lord, to the words of my pleas. Pleas, like, please help me. Lord, my master, my strong deliverer. You cover my head on the day of armed conflict. Lord, do not grant the desires of the wicked one. Do not let his plot succeed. Tell Trump he's got to pray that right there. Psalm 140, verse 9. Do not grant the desires of the wicked one. Do not let his plot succeed. And what wicked one do they pray to? Moloch. And call him by fucking name, too. Say, Lord, do not grant the desires of Moloch. Wicked ass Moloch. Do not let his plot succeed. Yes. Yes, they worship Moloch. It's a big owl god. He's like an owl. Those who surround me raise their heads. May the mischief that they threaten, overwhelm them. Drop burning coals upon them. Cast them into the water pit, never more to rise. Cast them into the watery pit, never more to rise. That is a fucked up sentence. That never more don't fit in there. Maybe it should say, cast them into the watery pit, so they rise no more, or something like that, because that nevermore sounds fucking weird. Slanders will not survive on earth. Evil will hunt down the man of violence to overthrow him. So they're going to eat their own, but still pray. Pray! Tell Trump to pray. And to give money to the church. Not a lot of money. His $2. Whatever $2 is to a billionaire in the tens. Like $2. Give it. To a food bank church. Give it to a food bank church. A church that does food banks. Give it to them. A billionaire's version of $2. Evil will hunt down the man. For I know the Lord. I will take up the cause of the needy. Justice for the poor. Then the righteous will give thanks to your name. The upright will dwell in your presence. And he can't have anybody else do it for him. He has to do it. And it's not a PR thing. Do it in secret. Because if you do it when everybody's watching, that'll be your reward. So do it in secret. And nobody else can do it. You have to do it. And you have to pray. Okay, so now we're going to Judith. So 1 second, I'm going to pull Judith up. This will take forever, so give me a second. Like and subscribe. Okay, we're on Judith 9. And this is what she did. Okay? And it says, Judith did the face thing and put ashes upon her head, covered the diapers she was wearing, just as the evening incense was being offered in the temple of God, was so in God's house. Judith cried loudly to the Lord. Okay. Lord, God of my father Simeon. Isn't it usually the Benjamites that do the Hells Angels thing, like, oh, go and kill everybody? But this says Simeon, into whose hand you put a sword to take revenge upon the foreigners who had defiled a virgin by violating her, shaming her by uncovering her thighs, and dishonoring her by polluting her womb. You said, this shall not be done. Yet they did it. Therefore, you handed over their rulers to slaughter, and you handed over to bloodshed the bed in which they lay deceived. The same bed that had felt the shame of their own deceiving. You struck down the slaves together with the masters, and the masters upon their thrones. Their wives you handed over to plunder, and their daughters to captivity. All the spoils you divided among your favored children, who burned with zeal for you, and their abhorrence of the defilement of their blood called on you for help. O God, my God, hear me, a widow. It is you who were the author. It was you it is you who was the author of these events and of what preceded and followed them. The present and the future you have also planned. Whatever you devise comes into being. The things you decide come forward and say, here you are. All your ways are in readiness, and your judgment is made with foreknowledge. So all this shit is premeditated, big guy. You know what's about to happen. Here are the Syrians, a vast force, priding themselves on horse and chariot, boasting of the power of their infantry, trusting in shield, spear, bow, and sling. They do not know that you are God who crushes wars. I'll end this shit with the sound of a trumpet. The trumpet's important. Trump. Blow a trumpet. I don't know if it'll work or not, but just try. Like, dun, 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 and then pray. See if that helps. I mean, you definitely have to pray. You really definitely have to pray. But a Nikki side note, blow a trumpet first. The trumpet seems to be how you call God or put God away. Don't put a God away, call him. So pray and blow the trumpet. Or a horn. But I think it's a trumpet, you blow the trumpet. I don't know that to be sure. But pray first. Definitely you gotta pray. You have to. You have to. Lord, your name shatter. They do not know that you are the Lord who crushes wars. Lord is your name. Oh, wait, that's a phone call. Let's see, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. It was kind of important, I guess. Right? Okay, so verse 8, it says, Lord is your name. No, it's not. Shatter their strength and your might. Crush their force with your wrath. For they have resolved to profane your sanctuary and to defile the tent where your glorious name resides, and to break off the horns of your altar with a sword. I want to know when horns became part of an altar. I want to know. I don't know, but I got an idea. See their pride and send forth your fury upon their heads. Give me a widow, a strong hand to execute my plan. Why is it your plan? But if God does do this, this will be the fourth woman to save Israel. These fucking stupid people. They hate girls, but girls rescue them all the time. Here we go. By the deceit of my lips, strike down slave together with ruler, and ruler together with attendant. Crush their arrogance by the hand of a female for the third time, at least the third time. I don't know if Deborah counts as saving the people or not, but we're gonna go with that. Your strength is not in numbers, nor does your might depend upon the powerful. You are the God of the lowly, helper of those of little account, support the weak, protector of those in despair, savior of those without hope. Yeah, I'm living proof that's true. Yep, I am living proof that's true. Yep. Please, please, God of my father, God of the heritage of Israel, master of heaven and earth, creator of the waters, king of all you have created, hear my prayer. Get it? Yeah, let my deceitful words. See, this is the second time. Let my lying words, I don't understand, wound and bruise those who have planned dire things against your covenant, your holy temple, Mount Zion, and the house your children possess. Make every nation and every tribe know clearly that you are God, the God of all power and might, and there is no other who shields the people but you alone. Yeah, get it. Okay, what number are we at? I don't know what number we're at. Okay, we're at 9. So let's go to chapter 10. Oh my god. There's a B and a C and a D. Okay. It's only 23 verses. We can get through this pretty quick, right? Okay. As soon as Judith ceased her prayer to the God of Israel and finished all these words, she rose from the ground, called her maid. They went down into the house which she used only on Sabbath and feast days. Well, how do you have a second house? Does she have a second house? What's a second house? She took off the diapers she had on, laid aside the garments of her widowhood. She washed her body with water and anointed herself with rich ointment. She arranged her hair, put on a diadem, the thing that makes you look like a lampshade. She dressed in festive attire she had worn while her husband Manasseh was living. I thought that said king, my bad. She chose sandals for her feet, put on her anklets, bracelets, rings, earrings, and all her other jewelry. Thus, she made herself beautiful to entice the eyes of all the men who should see her. She gave her maid a skin of wine and a jug of oil. She filled a bag with roasted grain, dry fig cakes, and pure bread. She wrapped all her dishes and gave them for the maid to carry. Then went out of the gate of the city of Bethulia and found Uzziah and the elders of the city standing there. When they saw Judith transformed, they were very much astounded at her beauty, and they said, May the God of our ancestors grant you favor. Make your design successful for the glory of the Israelites and the exaltation of Jerusalem. And Judith bowed down to God. Okay, and this side B is called Judith and her maid leave Bethulia. Then she said to them, order the gate of the city open for me, that I may go accomplish the matters we have discussed. So they opened it, and then Judith and her maidservant went out. The men of the city kept her in view as she went down the mountain and crossed the valley. Then they lost sight of her. Okay, side C. Judith goes to war. As Judith and her maid walked directly across the valley, they encountered the Assyrian patrol. The men took her in custody and asked her, to what people do you belong and where do you come from? Where are you going? That's Dave Matthews, my bad. She replied, I am a daughter of the Hebrews. I am fleeing from them because they are about to be delivered to you as prey. I have come to see Holofernes to give him a trustworthy report. In his presence, I will show him the way by which he can ascend and take possession of the whole hill without a single one of his men suffering injury or loss of life. When the men heard her words and gazed upon her face, which appeared marvelously beautiful, like my face. I'm just kidding. They was like, by hastening down, see our master, you have saved your life. Now, go to his tent. Some of us will accompany you to give you to him. Of course you will, because bazam, she's as pretty as me. Duh, you're gonna go with her. Don't be dumb. When you stand before him, have no fear. Give him the report you gave to us, and he will treat you well. Okay. So they selected 100 of their men as an escort and said to her maid, these conducted them. So they selected 100 of their men as an escort for her and her maid. These conducted them to the... What? That should not be conducted. It should be instructed them. And they instructed her into the tent of Holofernes. It doesn't say that like that, but that sentence is fucking with me. I can't handle it. As the news of her arrival spread among the tents, a crowd gathered in the camp. They was like, yo, man, she's hot as fuck. Yo, she looks like Nikki the Great. I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. They said that. Okay. Gathered in the camp. They came and stood around her as she waited outside while he was being informed about her. They marveled at her beauty, regarding the Israelites with wonder because of her. And they said to one another, who can despise this people who have such women among them? Oh, it is not good to leave one of their men alive, for if they were to be spared, they could beguile the whole earth. I don't know what that means, but they do that anyway. I live in the future. These motherfuckers, they don't quit mating. Judith meets Holofernes. This is D. Side D. Okay. Then the guards of Holofernes and all his attendants came out and gathered her into the tent. They was like, come on, pretty girl. You're going to hang with the lead singer. Come on. Holofernes, come on, was reclining on his bed under a canopy. He was prepared to get some. Woven of purple, gold, emeralds, and other precious stones. When they announced her to him, he came out to the front part of the tent, preceded by silver lamps. Oh God. I gotta read that again. Holofernes was reclining on his bed under a canopy, woven of purple, gold, emerald, and other precious stones. When they announced her to him, he came out of the front part of the tent. He came to the front part of the tent, preceded by silver lamps. When Judith came before Holofernes, they marveled at her beauty, at the beauty of her face. She did the face thing and paid homage, but his servants raised her up. That is the end of that is the end of this. I will be back in a few minutes because I gotta finish Isaiah. So, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever. Oh, and Spaz says bye. Say bye, Spaz. She said goodnight. So, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever.